I kept it over here so we could continue to do this together. I'm like, am I doing what I need to be doing? It was a lot more sales and attention than I've been getting. Here are the bookmarks. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ashlyn. I'm the owner of Rainstorm Joy, where I make all things handmade, literally like all things. It just depends on the day of what I am making. Today, right now, I am making some book sleeves. I used to make some book sleeves in my shop. I currently have Bible sleeves and they are a little bit different just by the way that I make them. Anyway, I used to make book sleeves like at the beginning of this year, but then I ran out of the fabric and then I just stopped making them. But now I'm going to try to offer them again just to see if people are interested in the book sleeves, and I might later on, probably, I don't know if I'm going to do it in this video or not, but at some point I will also maybe offer some laptop sleeves and iPad sleeves and stuff like that, because people have asked me. But right now I'm currently just trying to figure out what I want to put in my store, because I don't need to offer everything just because I can. So I'm thinking about that, like in my mind, what I should offer in my store. But right now I'm currently working on some book sleeves, and I will show you the fabric and then I will catch up with you guys later, because I did not charge my battery. It is about to die. I need to charge it when I'm done with my market vlogs, but I don't. So I will catch up with you guys later. Let me show you the fabric that I'm using for my book sleeves, and then I will see you later. Right now I'm currently working on the sleeves that are going to go on the book sleeves, so I'm folding down this part and I'm going to sew that later. I decided I don't want to do a lining with this. It'll just make it simpler, and then it'll also keep the cost down of these book sleeves, because if I add a lining to this, I mean, it looks cute. I add a lining, then it will be more time to make it, but also I might raise the price because it will be more time to make it. But I also have these flowers right here, and then I have this one over here. I think that's all that's over here. I have that blue fabric right there that I will also do, but that one's going to be quilted. None of these are going to be quilted because I cut some sleeves, because I cut some pockets for them. A few days later, I had to stop filming because my SD card ran out of storage and I couldn't go get one the day of. So anyways, it's a few days later now. However, I did not do anything else regarding these book sleeves. I kept it over here so we could continue to do this together. But I think I did do a few other things. I didn't do too much. I designed some bookmarks because I wanted to bring some bookmarks to my shop, and I think they look so cute, and I said I designed them. I did not draw them myself. I could, but I just don't really feel like that's just something I don't want to delegate my time to right now. But anyways, I designed some bookmarks and I'm designing some more, and they look so cute. But I also cut up some of these ribbons to make, hold on a second. I cut up some of those ribbons so I could already have them prepped so I can make some more of these. I think that's backwards. So I'm making some more of these, so I had that ribbon prepped over here, and there was a table in the middle of the room earlier in the video, but I moved that table, and that table's been there for a while because I like to have more space to cut fabric and stuff like that. So it's been there for a while, but now I took it out and I forgot how much space I have in this room without that table. Like, the space obviously just opened up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. This is nice. However, I will bring a table back in here later because it's just really helpful to have that extra space to work on. But for right now, it's not in here and I like the space that I have. But right now, before we get started on sewing those things, I need to clean up the office and then I'm gonna go eat lunch and then we're gonna come sew together, finally. So I'm gonna clean up the office right now because it's actually really nasty and dirty. I'm not too worried about actually putting stuff where it belongs because I'm still working on stuff. I'm literally just needing to wipe it down and vacuum because there's like fibers everywhere and like I don't even know what to call that's on the floor. It looks like, I don't even know, it looks like a big pile of dirt or dust or hair or something, but my cats don't even come into this room, so I don't even know how that got in here. But anyways, I need to vacuum and everything like that, so we're gonna do that. So in this video we're working on those book sleeves, but I do have some material back here to make some wreaths because in my business last year I introduced some holiday what is it called, some holiday and seasonal wreaths. It's not something that I do frequently in my business, in this business, Rainstorm Joy, but I was thinking about last year starting another business where I do just decor. However, instead of doing that, I just combined it with Rainstorm Joy at the moment because I wasn't sure if that was something that I wanted to completely dive into because it is quite expensive. But I'm going to show you these wreaths. I might have shown you in one of my earlier vlogs, I don't remember, but I'm gonna show you these wreaths that I made last year, and then I got some new stuff to make a new wreath just to see how it goes this year. And I'm starting a little bit earlier than last year, so I'm gonna see if people are interested or not, because this fall wreath over here that I'm about to show you, I made it in probably September or October, so that's pretty late in the game for fall. So right now it's July, so this wreath that I'm going to make is a fall wreath, so there's actually plenty of time to get interest and whatever. So anyways, let me show you these wreaths. This was the first wreath I ever made. I wasn't going for actually trying to make it look that good. This is all with Dollar Tree material and I was just playing around with it. And then I made another one after this one. I can't remember which one came first. It was either this Christmas one was the second one that I made. Hold on a second, you got stuck on the vacuum cleaner. Okay, I either made this Christmas one or I made this fall one next, and obviously, if you can tell, it completely got so much better. And this is with better material than just the Dollar Tree stuff. But okay, so Dollar Tree, but that doesn't count. I wasn't gonna sell that, I was just making it. But I made this one, which is ours now because we used it for Christmas. I made this fall one that a lot of people liked. They just didn't purchase it at the time because, like I said, I started pretty late in the game for fall and the price was still up there. It's like about $100 something, and I could understand why nobody would want to pay that when fall was about to be over. And then I made this Nutcracker one, which people also liked this Nutcracker one, but somebody liked it. I think somebody was interested in buying that one, but they wanted two of them because I guess they had a double door in their house. But I only had that one, so that one's still left over. And one that I did sell, like my best one, I wish I could show you. It was literally the best one that I made. It was this really cute gingerbread one, and I can't show you because it was the cutest one and somebody bought it. And I was so excited when that person bought that because it was like a higher price. It was still marked down, I'm pretty sure, but it was still one of my higher price items that I've ever sold before, and it was the cutest dang thing. I wish I could show you, but those are the wreaths that I made last year, and the wreath that I'm going for this year is a little bit different than those. It's way different than that fall one because that fall one looks kind of like a wintry fall, and this new one that I'm going to make is going to be an actual fall looking fall. Just to give you an idea, it's going to go on this base, on this wreath base, and it's going to have all of the basic fall colors like orange and yellow and brown and stuff like that, instead of that one. But that one's cute too. It's just not giving the first thing that you think about fall vibes. But we're not going to do that in this video because, like I said, I did that last year thinking that I was going to start a different business because obviously that stuff is way different than what I do typically in Rainstorm Joy. However, I did want to sell this stuff, so I just wanted to sell it in Rainstorm Joy instead of trying to start a whole nother business. But I don't know. I like to do a lot of different things, and that's kind of difficult for me, honestly. Let's just go ahead and start cleaning, and I'm just going to keep talking to you though. So I like to make like a lot of different stuff, and it's just sometimes really hard for me to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't know if I'm like over here putting too much emphasis on what I'm supposed to be doing and God's not thinking the way that I'm thinking. Obviously he thinks better than I think, and obviously, you know, all that good stuff. But like, I don't know if he cares too much which business I do, or that I just do my business well. And that's just been really hard for me, because it's like, is it Rainstorm Joy that you want me to do, or can I literally just do any of these creative businesses and it will be okay? I don't know. And it's just been hard for me trying to understand where he's leading me and guiding me, because I know, I at least know 100% that this is a gift and a skill and a talent that he's given me. I just don't know how to utilize it the way that he wants me to. But like I said, I don't know if he's concerned about that as much as me just actually doing it, rather than me trying to find the specific way to do it. I probably make it way harder for myself than it needs to be. Before Rainstorm Joy started popping off last year, not like popping off like a lot, but like it was a lot more sales and attention than I've been getting, because I started my business in 2021, but I didn't start getting like more consistent sales, and my socials didn't start really growing until last year, 2024. So before it started to grow and I started to get more attention last year, I was all over the place trying to figure out what to do. I started so many different businesses. I had so many different business names. I did so many different things. I sewed, I crocheted. No, I didn't. I did crochet, but I didn't do that for business. Okay, so I sewed, I did punch needle, I did the wreaths, I did clay. I was all over the place. And I'm out of that slump. I'm doing Rainstorm Joy, and I'm not going to stop doing Rainstorm Joy unless I hear clearly from him, stop doing Rainstorm Joy. I'm good. I'm where I need to be for right now, and I'm okay with that. But also, I feel like there might be something else for me. I just don't know. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to quit Rainstorm Joy. I don't know if it's my personal selfish desires to do something else, or if it's a desire that he placed into my heart to do other things as well, or instead of. Right now, like I said, I have no desire to quit Rainstorm Joy. I have no prompting to quit Rainstorm Joy, so I don't think he wants me to quit it right now. So I'm like, is it okay for me to do other things too? Because if I really want to do these wreath things, they do not belong in Rainstorm Joy, unless it's like a bigger store or something. It's just kind of random to have all of the stuff that I sew and then wreaths, you know. But at the same time, maybe it's like not that big of a deal, and I could do all kinds of random stuff in Rainstorm Joy. Anyways, that's besides the point. Anywho, so we'll see. We'll go on this journey together and what God wants me to do with my business or businesses or my creative stuff. How he wants me to share these gifts that he's given me and all that jazz. The food's ready, but I just started cleaning and I don't want to stop because I just started, and that's going to take a second. So I might have to come back and clean after I eat my lunch. My late lunch. It is a late lunch. It's already like 4 o'clock. Somehow the days kind of just go by quickly. I haven't done anything today yet. I mean, we went grocery shopping and stuff, and then I had to go get this SD card because my other one was full. But that's pretty much it. And somehow it's 4 o'clock. I have a market on Saturday, but I'm not really worried about it, like, at all. I'm not stressing about it. I'm not thinking I need to finish something and get it ready for the market. Like, if I get these book sleeves done, today's Thursday, by the way, so I only have like today and tomorrow to get stuff ready. I'm not stressing to get anything ready. If I so happen to get these book sleeves done, then I'll take them with me. But if I don't, I'm not worried about it, because my products are pretty much I don't know what I'm trying to say or how I'm trying to word this. I'm good on inventory. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Good. Okay, I'm good on inventory, so I'm not really stressing trying to hurry up and finish things. If I get it done, okay, cool. If I don't, we'll try to take it to the next one because my inventory is good. So I'm happy about that, because that is a lot more better than trying to hurry up and scramble to get things ready. Been there, done that, don't want to go back. But before my food gets cold, I guess I'm gonna go eat my food, and I'll catch up with you guys later. See you in a little bit.
Pick a movie, I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi, or we'll go downtown. With our best moves we can boogie. Oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na 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 na. We are goofy, playing tag in the jacuzzi. We'll go upstairs, with our best moves we get groovy. My, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, when we drive.
Me cleaning up my office turned into me cleaning up the kitchen, but I'm done with that now. And then I went outside to play with my daughter a little bit and my husband with bubbles and chalk, and now I'm in here. Chalk, so that kind of funny. Anyways, but now I have the table back here again, so now that extra space that I so enjoyed is gone again. Because I wanted to add this table back in here so I can have some more space to work, because after I sew the folds down right here for my book sleeves, I'm going to have to come over here to clip the, I don't know, interfacing or whatever that is to it, to give it some more structure. And I wanted to do that with more space, so I was like, let me bring a table back up here. And I was cleaning off this table, and there were so many spiders on it. I really hope I got them all, because I don't want any spiders in here. But now that I'm looking at the table, there's still some dirt on it, and I'm not happy with that. Oof. Anyways, let's get to sewing. It's already like, where's my phone? It's already 6:43. The day is just going and going and going and going, and I feel like I've done absolutely nothing. So let's get to sewing. I just thought about it, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. I still need to sew my interior for my book sleeves. So before I actually begin sewing, I am going to clip the lining from my book sleeves. But I'm gonna go ahead and set up my sewing machine, so that will be ready for when I'm done. I keep thinking about buying some more clips, but I just haven't done so yet because I don't technically need them, but I want some more because I want to be able to clip all of this stuff and do it at once, not where I have to sew this and then wait for clips so I can clip the rest of them. But that's what's going to happen because this is just not enough clips. But let's see how far we can get before I run out of clips. What it is about this video, but it just doesn't want to happen because guess what, guys? I need to charge my battery, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, I understand the before times because I just forget to even think about charging it after my market, but I did charge it this time where I should have been able to film for you all right now. because I hadn't been, like, I wasn't filming for the past couple days because I didn't have an SD card and I wasn't using my camera yet. Here it is blinking saying charge me, so I need to charge my battery. So I don't know when I will see you again, and I don't know how far into this I'm gonna get because I was waiting so I could actually keep recording doing this specific thing in the video, but I kind of just want to continue working on this because I'm tired of setting it aside. And I also want to move on to other things because I really want to get to that wreath. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, man, I really want to make that wreath, especially because it's like sunny and stuff, but by the time I do that wreath, it's not going to happen today because it's, like I said, it's almost like, it's like 7 o'clock now. I want to utilize it being sunny, so I really want to get to this wreath. But I also want to get these things done. I have so many things going on at the same time. I'm doing the bookmarks, I'm doing the book sleeves, I'm doing the wreath, I'm doing those paperclip bookmarks, and I still have some makeup bags over here that I'm not even worried about that because I have other makeup bags still that are good. These are just new ones, but I don't remember if I talked about this with you all or not, but I'm gonna like narrow down on what I'm actually offering. I'm not gonna use so many different fabrics anymore because I just want it to be like, I want to have like the same fabrics throughout the entire year and then do occasional drops. That's what I decided on, that I'm not gonna keep just adding so many different products and so many different fabrics. I'm gonna try to narrow down and be more intentional and specific to what I'm putting into my business. So I have these new makeup bags, however they are not going to be ones that are going to continue to be in my shop for like a long time because I think some of the fabric is seasonal, and also I think some of the fabric is just, it can't be restocked. So anyways, so I'm not really worried about getting to those right now. Also, I think I decided, I haven't looked too much into this, so I don't know yet, and people buy my makeup bags at my markets, but they don't really get them at my vendor spot in the mall or on my Etsy. So I'm not too worried about my makeup bags, unfortunately, but I'm thinking about changing my zipper too, which kind of sucks because I just got some new zippers. I'm thinking about changing my zipper so it's consistent through my brand and so that you know that it's from my brand, like maybe a specific type, style, or color. Anyways, that's for later on, but I'm gonna go charge my battery and I'll see you all whenever that happens. For you, it's just a second, but we'll see for me how long it's gonna be. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not, I don't know. It's the next day. I decided I was not going to continue to work on those book sleeves yesterday because I actually really want to have an entire video dedicated to one thing and finishing that one thing, because we've made stuff together sometimes but I don't ever finish it in the video, so we're gonna actually finish it in this video, okay? So I set that aside and I worked on these paperclip bookmarks, and then I made one new keychain just to see how it would work out because the hardware is a little different than the regular hardware that I use, and I'll explain that in a second. But do you like this? I recently just got it to showcase my shirts because I'd rather take pictures on that than on myself. I just feel more comfortable doing it on that just because I just don't want to take pictures of myself in my shirts unless it's like a sweatshirt, then I don't mind as much. But anyways, besides the point, I like that I got that for my shirts because then not only can this model the shirts for me, but I can take the pictures, because usually back in the day when I would model my shirts, my husband would take my pictures, which was very kind of him and everything, but I like being able to control exactly the way that I want it to look. So I got this anyway, so that's just hanging out back there, and I just thought I would explain that. But let me show you this keychain that I'm talking about, and also the bookmarks that I finished. This is just one kind of bookmarks, and then I have another one, and maybe I will get around to this today because the market is tomorrow. Again, I'm not totally worried about actually finishing any of this and having it at my market tomorrow, but if I can, then that's awesome. But I don't want to stress about it because there's no reason to. I already have enough products and yada yada yada. However, my mother is gonna come to my market tomorrow. She usually doesn't come to my markets because she has to work on Saturdays, so she doesn't usually come to my markets. So I just want her to see all my stuff, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me show you the stuff. Here are all the bookmarks. Oh my gosh. So here are all of the bookmarks that I finished. These different ones go together as one pair, and I made several of them, as you can tell. And then here's the new keychain that I was talking about. The difference is just the hardware. I don't know if you are able to tell the color that well on camera, but it's a rose gold, and my usual ones are just silver. I really think rose gold is such a beautiful color. I enjoy it, so I wanted to keep these. However, these are smaller than the silver ones, which means I have to alter the way that I make them, because I want all of the fabric to fit on the inside of this, not be sticking out on the outside, which this one was. So I just kind of just pushed it in there and glued it in there, but obviously I don't want to do that for every single one of them. So I need to alter the dimensions. Is that right? No, I need to alter the measurements of these. And also this is a little different than my regular keychains as well, because this is a padded one. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's padded. It's like squishy, and it's a little different than my regular ones, because my regular ones I have like a harder interior, I don't know what it's called, stabilizer, or what's the other word, starts with F maybe. I have a different one, which is, it's a bit sturdier and firmer, and this one's squishy, and I like that. So anyway, so I just made this just a few moments ago just to see how it would work out, and maybe I will make some more of these. Again, I'm not worried about making stuff for tomorrow, but if I can, then I will. But not until 1 or 4 in the morning, so we're not gonna do that. And I also have those bookmarks that would also be nice to take to the market. And I almost have those done too, because right now I have 4 different designs. Maybe I'll make some more designs today, I don't know. I think it's probably around 1:30, and my husband gets off of work at 4 today, so I have time to do stuff. See my eyes because the glare, but I need to be able to see you, so it's gonna be a glare. I just wanted to interrupt this music while I cut these, you know, separate them and whatever, just to keep on chit-chatting with you all about something that I said earlier in this vlog, where I was talking about liking to do a lot of things. I don't remember all of what I said. But I know I was talking about that I like to do a lot of different things, so sometimes it's hard to know exactly if I'm doing the right thing or not. I talk about this a lot with my husband, and we talked about it a little bit last night because we were doing a devotional together, and my answer just kind of led to that. But I know without a shadow, that took less time than I thought it was going to take, so I'm done now. Okay. But I know without a shadow of doubt that God has given me these gifts and these skills. I do not deny that one single bit. But the thing is, I just don't know if I'm utilizing them the way that He would prefer me to utilize them. But maybe that's not the point. The point isn't me trying to seek and search and understand, you know, Proverbs 3, 5, 6. Maybe it's not for me to understand and try so hard to be like, is this it? Am I on the right path? Am I in your will? Obviously that's important to me and I want to be in God's will, but maybe I don't need to stress so much about, am I using these gifts and skills correctly, and just be willing and be here and be open to his direction. Obviously I can't move if I don't take a step, so I need to continue to take a step. And obviously, again, I'm still doing my business. I just need to stop getting in my own way and questioning all of the time, is this right? Because like I said, it's not like I've heard him say stop. And if he didn't want me to do this, I feel like he would tell me to stop. And hopefully I'd be able to hear that more clearly than me just continuing to do it. And he's like, I've been telling you to stop this whole time, you know? So I don't feel like I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. I get in my own way because I like to do so many different things and I want to be able to do those things too. But the gifts and the skills and the talents that he blesses us with aren't even for us in the first place. They're meant to be used for other people. So maybe at the same time I need to stop being like, but I also like to do these other things, and consider more how these things that I can do and like to do can benefit others at the same time. And I don't know if you've heard of this business called Armor of God, but I've seen them on TikTok, and they're another Christian business and they seem to be doing pretty well for themselves. But I just saw one of their videos today and it kind of just like reminded me some of the ideas that I've had for Rainstorm Joy. Like, they host events and they're about to have like a craft market or fair that they're hosting. They host like paint parties sometimes. Her husband is or already has about to host a men's get together and whatever. But the point is, they're doing all of this like through their business, and I have been so focused on trying to figure out if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing that I totally forgot that those were ideas that I had for my business as well. Like, I want to be able to host paint parties and host get-togethers. Like, basically the sponsor is myself. That's like, I've had those ideas before where my business is backing up me being able to do these things. Or even if I charge for these events, that is still my business instead of me considering what should I name this ministry or what should I call this new thing. Because I do that all the time and I don't know why, but I do that all the time, where I'm like, if I host a paint party, does that mean I have to start a new business? Because how does that make sense to Rainstorm Joy? And I've done that before. I've had a paint party before and whatever, but that was before I was like really committed to Rainstorm Joy. But anyways, that's besides the point. And then I was thinking, I want to host events, but do I do that through my name, like my personal name, like Ashlyn Page? Do I do it through that? Do I do it through this whole different ministry where I come up with a ministry, which I thought about and I even had a name for it? And then I was like, do I do it through Rainstorm Joy? And just trying to figure out the name would just really confuse me. Like, I'm confusing myself. I'm not even saying it's the enemy. It's obviously not God, because he's not a God of confusion. I'm just getting in my own way, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to do all these things through Rainstorm Joy? And literally Proverbs 3, 5, 6, it's not, I don't need to understand. I just need to be willing. Like, I don't need to see how it could make sense to do it through Rainstorm Joy. Just try. And if it's not going to work, then it's not going to work. But you're not going to know unless you try, right? And I know that. I can tell myself these things all day, but I could still be over here confusing myself or trying to be like, but how? And I just really want to get out of that rut, because I tell God all the time, I am so tired of having this conversation with myself. I am tired of being like, I want to do wreaths, I want to do, you know, sewing stuff. I like to do clay things. I'm not really worried about clay right now though. I don't want to do a clay business, but just as an example. And it's like, how can I do all of these things? Or maybe I'm not even supposed to do all these things, but how can I do any of these things and it be good for your people and whatever? And that's just not the point. The point isn't me trying to figure it out. It's just me being open and willing to use the gifts and the talents that he has for me, because I have desires for Rainstorm Joy to be a place where people can come if they need help. But it can't be a place where people can come if I don't set that up for my business. How can I be ready to help people if I'm not setting up money to be prepared for that? How can I host events if I'm not looking into how much something costs or what I need to do to make these events happen? Like, none of this is gonna work if I'm not taking a step forward, instead of just trying to figure out the finish line of, am I doing it through Ramstorm Joy or not? I need to look at how can I do it right now and with what I already have. I think that's just the mindset that I need to keep as I continue to just use these gifts and skills and talents, because like I said, I absolutely know without a shadow of doubt that these are gifts that he's given me. And I know this because I'm blessed with being able to do these things. I'm not the only person that can do them, but that doesn't matter. You don't have to be the only person that can sing or that can act or that can draw or that can be really good at building stuff. You don't have to be the only person that's gifted in that area, but God wants you to use it the way that he wants you to use it. So I recognize that I'm gifted with being able to make these things, because people have told me several times that I'm gifted in doing this. And a lot of people like to say that's one way that you can know if you're in the right calling or whatever. It's like, what are people telling you? I've had several people tell me, you're so talented, or you're so craftsy. Like, and I recognize that because I think this is really easy. This is easy for me. Even if I don't know how to do something, I can learn how to do it pretty quickly. This is easy for me, so I don't really consider that it would be difficult for somebody else. But my husband, he considers himself to not be that crafty, and like if I were to tell him to do something that I do, like for example, like to make these book sleeves, he would probably struggle to do it. He could eventually gain that skill and learn how to do it, but he would probably struggle at first to do it. But for me, I can just do it, you know? So I have to recognize, oh wait, not everybody could actually do this. A lot of people do it, but not everybody can. And not only that, but I do it in a way that I do it. Even if it looks similar to somebody else, I'm doing it the way that only I can do it, and they're doing it the only way that they can do it. I recognize fully that this is something that he's given me, and I love being creative so much. It is such a gift to be a creative person. I do not take that lightly, because I love that. That's such a gift that you not only are given by God, but it's a gift that you can share with God, because he's the creator. And like, you're the creator and you made me a creator in some way too, and I appreciate that so much. So I just don't want to spend all this time that he's blessing me with on this earth to just be dwelling on the fact, how can I use my creativity in the best way, instead of just using it in the first place, you know? So, and like I said, I totally stopped thinking about the fact that I want to have events through my business. Like, it went over my head. I completely forgot that those were thoughts that I had. I want my business to be a thing that people can turn to and go to and want. And that got lost in the sauce because I was thinking about all these other things. I'm not saying that I'm not thinking about those things anymore, because I'm still considering what ways I want to be creative, because I also thought at one point, do you want me to teach being creative? Because I like so many different things, and because I can do so many different things, is this something that you want me to share with others and teach them how to do these things as well? And that way I can still be creative, and I don't have to worry about necessarily selling my products, because I really appreciate when people buy my stuff. Obviously, it's so exciting that people think my stuff is good enough that they would spend their hard-working money on my stuff, and I love it, and I want people to continue to do that, obviously, because this is still my business. However, sometimes I just think I just want to create. I don't want to make something to sell it. I just want to make stuff. However, I want that to be a part of my life where it can still bring prosperity to my family and those around me. So that's where I kind of get tripped up on the line and whatever, because it's like I'm really trying to figure out how to make that happen, instead of just being ready and willing and letting God make that work out in my life, you know? That's where I'm at on that. I mean, I feel a little bit better, because when I'm actually up here and making stuff, when I stop doom scrolling, and when I stop staying in my mind, or when I stop just thinking about things that I want to do and instead do the things that I want to do, I'm excited. Like, I love making stuff, and I'm so happy that I have that love for it, because I think for a second there I was just like, I don't want to make it. And when somebody would buy something, I'm like, oh man, do I have to go make that? I hope it's already prepared and made. But I enjoy being in here, and I enjoy making stuff. I'm so thankful that I can do what I can do, that God equipped me to be able to make stuff, and I love that I can make stuff, and I love to make stuff, and I love that I love it when I'm actually doing it, and I'm not trying to be in my own way. It feels right and it makes sense. And another verse that keeps coming to mind, yeah, it's a verse. I'm trying to figure out, I was like, is it a verse or is it a saying? But it's like, your gifts will make room for you. Like, you don't have to chase the gift. You don't have to chase the gift to make sense. You don't have to chase what the gift can produce. It will do it for you. But you have to be willing and ready. You can't expect, for example, if you're a singer, you can't expect for your songs to be shared with the world if you never sing, obviously. So you have to start singing, even if it's not automatically like on a stage in front of hundreds or millions or thousands or millions of people. But if it's just in front of like your school, that's the place that you still need to start, because you have to be willing to start. And that's what God also said. He's like talking to me right now while I'm talking to you. He also says, do not despise humble beginnings. You can't have a beginning if you never start. You know, and I know God loves the beginnings. He loves the slowness of it too, because it also says in Proverbs that hastily making money is going to lead to poverty, and it's going to lead to turmoil, and it's going to lead to destruction. Hastening to do a lot of things leads to death. It doesn't lead to prosperity in life. Like, his word is literally telling you what not to do and what to do. He likes the slowness of it. He likes the beginning of it. He likes that you're trusting him for it instead of you trying to go to the end of it yourself. Oh, so I just need to keep on talking out loud and saying this to myself, I suppose. I keep saying I suppose. It's like in every vlog now. But anyways, for real though, because man, I don't know, I get so irritated that I get tripped up by myself. It is so frustrating. And obviously that's a tactic that the devil uses, is to make you get in your own way so you can be your own stumbling block. Because if he has no power to do anything on his own, he influences us or makes us think to do it on our own. Because he did not tell Adam and Eve to eat the apple. He just said, are you sure? That's what God said. They ate it by themselves, you know. So I needed to stop getting in my own way. I needed to stop making myself fight myself and making the devil think that he has some type of win over me or something because I'm making myself have some issues. I'm done with that. We're done. Let's just declare that in Jesus' name right now. We're done with that. We're not getting in our own way. We are going to trust God, and we're going to just start. Even if it doesn't work out the way that we expect it to work out, we're just gonna start. So I'm gonna keep creating. Eventually this is gonna make sense. I believe that and trust that fully, that eventually this is all gonna work out and it's gonna make sense. Even if it's not today, it's gonna work out and it's gonna make sense. And I'm gonna be able to use my gifts and talents, because why would he give me these desires if he didn't want me to act on them? So it's gonna be okay. And just in case you needed that today, it's gonna be okay. He gave you those gifts and his desires for a reason, whatever they may be. If you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a construction worker, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be, I was going to say astronaut, but I'm not really sure if we do that anymore. But if you want to be an astronaut, God will make a way. You know, God will make a way for whatever your desires are, because he's the one that placed those desires in your heart. And if you ask God to help your desires to become his desires, he will. And I pray that all of the time. I'm like, God, help me to desire what you desire. And eventually, like, that prayer has to be answered. Eventually I should be desiring what he's desiring, and so I don't need to continue to fight with myself and be like, but what if this is not what God wants? I mean, hello, your heart is literally molding into his heart. What do you mean you don't know if that's what you want him to do? You keep asking for it, and he says, whatever you ask for in my name, I will do. If it's according to his will, and of course, according to his will is for us to do what he wants us to do and to desire what he wants us to desire. Point being, it will all work out and it will all make sense, and we need to stop getting in our own way. We need to trust the word of God and deny the devil, and don't give him any type of satisfaction or any type of power over us, because we have full authority. Jesus said you have authority to tread on scorpions, the serpents and scorpions. He said you have authority, and he said all things will come to completion. It's all gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Maybe not exactly how we want it or how we see it or how we perceive it, but it will work out. And I believe that. I trust that fully. I just need to keep this with me, so the next time that I'm like, am I doing what I need to be doing, I just need to remind myself of all that I just said. you remind yourself of all whatever I just said and what God speaks to you too. Okay, let's do that.
You see me where I am, you won't forget about me. You hold my hand, you say that my identity is in you. I don't feel worth it 'cause I'm not, but you still stay. You love me so much that you sent your son to save. It's true. It doesn't matter what the world says. What makes me who I am ain't 'cause of the price. In your love, you made me, forgave me, then saved me. You're not mistaken, you're remaking my identity. I have nothing, but that doesn't matter to you. My sin and shame don't decrease how you see me through. It doesn't matter what the world says. What makes me who I am ain't 'cause of the price. In your love, you made me, forgave me, then saved me. You're not mistaken, you're remaking my identity. To be your value even when I go astray. You're the only worthy one, but you still call me by my name. It doesn't matter what the world says. What makes me who I am ain't 'cause of the price. In your love, you made me, forgave me, and saved me. You're not mistaken, you're remaking. It doesn't matter what the world says. What makes me who I am ain't 'cause of the price. In your love, you made me, forgave me, and saved me. You're not mistaken, you're remaking my identity. My identity. My identity.
Okay guys, we did it. We completed a project in one video, so you can actually see the beginning and the end of me making this. I did it. However, I didn't make all of them. I made 6 of each, but instead of doing all 6, I decided to do just 3 of each because I was tired of sewing. But still, I can show you the finished product in this video. So here is number 1, this cute floral. I hope you can see it. It looks like it's like the yellow is bright in the video, but I really hope you can see it. It's this cute floral. They all have pockets, and then you can put the book in there, and then of course it has my label right there. Hopefully that's a good place and people don't mind it being branded or for my labels being as chunky as they are. But that's this beautiful floral one with this like emerald, I don't really know, type of color. It's like some type of green on the inside. And then we have this really cute one. It's just houses, and then you have this really cute green on the inside. This is like a mint, maybe less blue though. I don't really know what to call this. No, this is like experiment maybe. I don't really know. It has this cute green, and of course the pocket, and then the label. Here's the last one for right now. I didn't do the other one. I have one more fabric that I could do for book sleeves, but I didn't do that one because that one has a zipper closure, and I absolutely do not feel like doing that right now. So that one's just gonna have to wait. And this is the last one, which is another floral one, and it has a nice red lining, and of course the pocket and the label on the outside. Which one is your favorite? This one, the houses, or this one? Which is your favorite? These are going to be the beginning of reintroducing book sleeves to my shop. And of course, I also have the Bible sleeves. The Bible sleeves open this way. You can put your Bible in this way. The book sleeves go this way. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I am so glad that we were able to actually finish a product together, guys. Tell me which one you liked most out of those 3 new book sleeves. And I hope you all enjoyed watching this video with me. Thank you for sitting here with me and watching while you do whatever that you're doing, because I love to watch small business vlogs while I'm working, and I hope you do too. And I thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment, subscribe, like, do all the things so you can come back and this video can get pushed to more people, because that would be totally awesome. And I hope you guys received something from this video, because we talked about a lot of deep things, but I'm doing great. I'm gonna get there, guys, and I know that you're gonna get there too. We're gonna figure it out, and God is gonna help us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.